Guys, so today I'm bringing guys a brand new sports cards video. In today's video, I will be showing you guys 5 sports cards that are absolutely on fire right now. Not gonna lie, it was kind of tough to find 5 cards that are actually going up right now, but I do have some observations I want to make, and some cards I think can really go up in the future, based on these 5. But before we get into that, I do want to say, as you guys know, I have my Sports Card Invest membership program, where I basically every single week show you guys 10 sports cards I believe will go up, some cards I believe will go down, and then 3 long-term underground NBA investments. Now, most recently, we were buying these Kevin Durant Topps Chromes just 2 weeks ago for under $20, and currently, they have absolutely skyrocketed recently. So if you guys would like to join in, even though the market is not as hot as it was before, our membership program, with the help of my team, our research, we've really been able to find cards that have still been going up, and we've been very successful at that. So if you guys would like to join in and make some money with us, go ahead, click the link down below to sportscardsinvest.com. You can use code YouTube to get you 10% off the yearly memberships. But yeah, that's pretty much what I want to let you guys know. Obviously, there is, we're seeing a little bit of the market stabilizing right now, which is definitely a great sign, because as you guys know, when prices go down, that means demand is not outlasting supply. That means supply is outlasting demand. And we're kind of at a point where they're kind of equal. Like, prices are not really going down too much anymore, but they're not going up. So that's a good sign for, obviously, as people are selling their cards, supply is continuing to go down. And then hopefully we can get demand to continue to stay hot, so prices can start to rise again soon. That's definitely something that you guys should all be on the lookout for, trying to find opportunities right now to invest, so that when the market does pick back up, there is, you make some good money, which is definitely something everyone wants to do. So yeah, if you guys do want any help with that, any ideas of what to invest in and all that, click the link down below to sportscardsinvest.com. And yeah, you can always message me with any questions at sportscardinvest on Instagram. But yeah, without further ado, we're going to hop right into this video. So the first observation I kind of wanted to make is that raw cards are holding up a lot better than graded cards. And let me tell you guys why. So obviously, the market is kind of fairly new. So many new investors are into the market, and they're making their own rules. And I think most recently, a lot of investors have been finding more money to be made actually buying raw cards and grading, the card, rather than buying the graded card and holding it. So for that reason, there's more graded cards on the market because more people are buying raw and grading it and then selling graded, which is hurting graded cards prices. But in terms of raw cards, they're actually going up because a lot of people want to buy raw, and that increases the demand of raw cards, and that's definitely what's going to increase the price. So that's definitely a big observation I've made recently. And when investing now, especially from a membership program, we've been investing in a lot more ungraded cards than before. Just because they're holding up a lot better. They're not really going down in price close to as much as how, graded cards are doing. So it's definitely, a crazy observation. I'm kind of surprised by it because I thought, big investors just buy graded cards. And that's kind of what we've been taught, is to invest in graded cards. But I actually think, these raw cards are really holding up because people are trying to buy raw and grade it, and that's going to increase the demand, and only, going to increase the demand more for ungraded cards once more people get onto this. So I think it's definitely a smart buy to invest in ungraded cards, possibly even grade them. There's a lot of money to be made doing that. It is a skill you will need to learn, but I think there is a lot of money to be made doing this. So that's kind of one general rule of thumb. Now moving on to the video. So the first card that we have on the list that has been going up quite a lot is Rondo's 2006 Topps Chrome rookie card. This card has actually been going up a lot over the last 3 weeks. Most recently, ungraded, they're selling for around $52. If we go back, just a few weeks, these were around $10. So that's a crazy increase. This has been around 5x in the last 2 weeks. And we've been able to find these cards before they go up. Obviously, because the market was not turning any attention to Rondo. Rondo is, obviously, he's finally got attention because they won a championship, and he had very good games in the bubble. But I definitely think, guys like this are very underappreciated. Rondo was already a champion on the Celtics. He was an all-star back in the day. Very good player, and was just very overlooked. So definitely good to see Rajon Rondo's cards going up. As you guys can see, from $10 to $50. So this is a good sign. There are cards that are still going up. And the market is still, I know some sell for like 25, some are like 27, but roughly that's still a quite good increase. As you guys can see, one black refractor auto sold for $230, and I remember seeing this exact card on Facebook groups about 3 weeks ago for $56. So that's definitely a big price increase. I definitely like to see that. And without further ado, we're gonna hop right into his teammates. We got Alex Caruso. Alex Caruso does not have any specific good cards, but what I'm basing it off is his Panini Mosaic autograph, because this is pretty much, the most standard card he has, honestly. He doesn't have a real rookie. This is kind of like his card. This sold most recently for $70. I remember seeing these just a few weeks ago for around $40. So, these have definitely been on the increase recently. Caruso is, very young still. He had a very good playoffs. People were not expecting him to get too much time. And what you kind of got to realize about the market is a lot of it is just based on expectation. Like, LeBron is such a high expectation that he can drop 35 points and his cards will not go up because people expected that. Yet Caruso, he was not expected to get any playing time. He was not expected to win a championship. He was not expected to, be as big of a part as he was. So when he does actually, he didn't drop a big 20-point game. He didn't drop a big 30-point game, but he did better than people expected. And that is why his cards went up in price. So that's definitely something, is very important to look for when looking to invest in cards. What do people expect he's doing? A lot of people expected as soon as the Clippers got knocked out that the Lakers would win the championship. And that's, why LeBron's cards have not gone up too much recently. But guys like Caruso were not expected to be this big of a part, of the championship run. So that's definitely why we see some increases. And guys like Caruso and Rondo and even Dwight Howard has gone up a little bit. So that's definitely very interesting to me. And without further ado, we're going to hop right into our next card, which is Kobe Bryant's 2008 Topps Chrome. That is basically the card with LeBron. It's a very iconic card, and it has been on the rise recently. And you definitely like to see that. Kobe's cards, in general have been quite low right now. And I think it's a very good buying opportunity because long-term, I believe Kobe will do very well. But as you guys can see, most recently, a Topps Chrome Refractor did over $2,000 on this Kobe card. His normal base Topps Chrome, for reference, is about, in a PSA 9, is around $550. These definitely fluctuate. I'm not sure why exactly. Some sales are a lot higher than others. But in general, this card has been on the rise. The PSA 10 is selling for roughly $2,000 right now. In the normal Topps Chrome. And if we date back just a few weeks ago, these were not close to the prices they are now. You could get this PSA 9 for around $440 2 weeks ago. It's currently nearly $600. So that's a very good increase. And then obviously, just with a lot of other cards, you could get the BGS 9.5 for $500 in the end of September. And currently that is around, I would say, $700 to $800. So definitely big increase in this card. It is going to be very iconic going forward because LeBron brought a championship to LA. And as you guys know, Kobe is very beloved in the Lakers. So I personally believe this card is going up for the sole reason of because, this is a very good collectible for Lakers fans. Right now, Lakers fans, obviously, their two favorite players of all time are probably Kobe and LeBron now. And that's definitely a very big collectible going forward for Lakers fans. There's so many Lakers fans out there, and they would all love to have their hands on this Kobe and LeBron duel, 2008 Topps Chrome. So I definitely think this card will continue to go up. But without further ado, we're going to hop right into our last card, and it's actually hopping into football. So football has definitely been on the rise as a whole. I know a lot of cards have been going down with injuries. Dak Prescott, obviously, most recently. Very sad to see that. But, you know, Josh Allen has been one guy who has really gone up over the last 2 weeks. I think Josh Allen, you know, he's had a very good season. Currently, these are around 500 to 600. I've seen some sell for as much as 750 about a couple days ago, but you know, overall, I would say middle of September, this card was not doing close to as well. This card has been overall on the upward trend. I'm going to try to find one that was sold maybe in the beginning of September, because I believe that's when they really started to rise. I know quite a lot of people who are investing in Josh Allen. He was, you know, what's kind of happening right now with quarterbacks is there's this kind of power rankings that, you know, the whole market is trying to set on quarterbacks, like, oh, this guy's better than this guy, and this guy should be lower. And Josh Allen's some guy who, like I said earlier, has played better than his expectations. And that is something that you want to continue to look for when investing in players. You know, what are they expected to do? Because that is where their market value is right now. And if they do better than expected, it's going to go up. If they do worse than expected, it's going to go down. So even if someone wins a championship, if they were expected to win a championship, you know, it might not go up that much, right? But as you guys can see right here, Josh Allen was selling for roughly $480 around beginning of September, end of August. Currently, these are up to around $600, so that's a quite good increase overall for Josh Allen. If I want to go back a little bit more, you know, is it even a bigger increase on Josh Allen's cards? I believe at one point these were around $200 to $300, and then they just kept going up. As you guys can see in July, they were under $300, so that's definitely, you know, something good to see, healthy in terms of like the market. But yeah, that's pretty much going to end the video. Once again, if you guys would like to join the membership program, click the link down below to sportscardsinvest.com and go ahead, use code YouTube for 10% off the yearly memberships, and message me on Instagram at sportscardinvest with any questions you guys may have about anything. I'm happy to answer you guys' questions. Without further ado, we're going to close out the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Other than that, I'm out. Peace.